Governor J.B. Pritzkers minimum. Like a train wreck in slow motion, the Illinois General Assembly is moving to fulfill government's campaign promise to $10, $12, and then $15 per hour over the next few years. Supporters claim, and some sincerely believe, that raising the floor on the price of labor will benefit low-paid employees. What they fail to existing jobs will be eliminated as stores with low profit margins and lots of low-wage employees, such as fast food restaurants, act to accommodate their higher costs. This is already for example, consider this Daily Signal report on a Seattle Subway sandwich store. Like tens of thousands, faced with Seattle's minimum wage hikes, the owner-manager couple raised prices. Business value. Chicago already has a $12 minimum wage, which will go up to $13 this summer. The Illinois Chicago is not growing or attracting people with additional, higher-paying jobs. It's not doing either. Unlike Chicago, many suburbs in Cook County have declined to raise their local minimum wage to the county's $11. Raising the minimum wage. A minimum wage hike is like a penalty for employing low-skilled employees. In effect, Illinois is already in a poor competitive position compared with its neighbors, and raising the cost of doing business will make matters worse. People are fleeing. People are moving to states where new jobs are being produced. Companies are It's true that Illinois' current minimum wage of $8.25 an hour is not enough to support a family, but it is enough to raise the income of one person well above the poverty level. Raising the minimum wage. Joe Barnett is a research fellow with the Heartland Institute. Note: an earlier version of this op-ed indicated that the Seattle couple referenced owned a Starbucks and that their story was reported by the Wall Street Journal. In fact, from subtle policy points to fighting words, our opinions are a click away. And get 4 weeks. Join the discussion on Twitter @ANON. Submit a letter to the editor or email. Like a train wreck in slow motion, the Illinois General Assembly is moving to fulfill Governor J.B. Pritzkers' campaign. Supporters claim, and some sincerely believe, that raising the floor on the
raindrop, drop top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park.